So, folks, Arsenal v United. I wonder what you thought. These are the thoughts of a United fan. Now, you know already, folks, if you watch this channel, I tend to be critical of most everything and most everybody. My round ball team is Man United. For all I want them to do well, and I pray that they do well, and I've supported them all my life, I tend to be critical. My oval ball team is The Wire, and I do the same with them. But I only want greatness for them both. I only want them to succeed. It's the same with United. But I say things as I see them, and sometimes it gets me in some trouble. But I'm not going to veer from what I do, because it's what I do. So my thoughts today, what would I say? Well, the best team won. I'm upset that they won. We nearly had a good game plan. I hate that term, game plan, but they all use it. But more about that in a moment. But no, the better team won. They had the better footballers throughout the team. I think they had more chances, and they went for the game more than we did. But I thought we was unlucky to lose. Had Garnacho's goal been onside, I think there's a chance we may have closed the game out. For all we let a goal in 35 seconds after scoring the first, I think with only extra time to go in a couple of minutes, I think we may have closed that one out. I really do. But it wasn't to be, and Arsenal went on to win. But anyway, varying thoughts on the game. I'll just give you a few points from how I seen them. This playing out from the back, great. With more chance of doing it now with a goalkeeper that can do it. But just because we can do it, it doesn't mean to say we have to do it absolutely non-stop. For me, that first 20-25 minutes of the game was absolutely painful. Yes, we restricted Arsenal to virtually no chances, but with some of the pass-backs and some of the no-look passes, my heart was in my mouth. We're going to lose a lot of goals during the course of the season with this constant tactic, we really are. Game plan-wise, it really worked because we just sat back. One breakaway, Rashford scores an absolute cracker. Unfortunately, we then completely switch off, as has been our way a couple of times over the last 2 or 3 years. But a great goal, but you see nothing coming. It was the first chance, the only chance that we had. To wait 25 minutes to get a chance, for me, it's boring. All it was pass backs, pass sideways, pass back, and just constant. It did me head in. But it nearly worked. 1-1 at half time, not so bad. Overall performance, I thought Dallo, as Gary Neville said, had a great game all the way through. He was really good on the wrong side of the pitch, played brilliantly well, kept Saka quiet. I thought Lindelof and Martinez played well, Lindelof especially, really good. Casemiro and Eriksen weren't over bad. Yeah, they got overrun a little bit, but they're going to get overrun. They've not got the legs. But they were pretty disciplined and they tried hard. Ten Hag said some good things about Martial at the end of the game, and I'm thinking again, where are they coming from? You know, folks, me and Iggy just do not get on. I don't like him at all. I watched the first 5 minutes of old Rasmus coming on the field, and in the first 5 minutes, without touching the ball, for me, it did more than Martial did in 60 minutes or 50 or however long he was on. However long it was too long. I thought Rasmus was looking a threat, was putting himself about. I believe we've now got a player that when anybody from defence, including goalkeeper, just punts the ball upfield and it's in the air, Rasmus will actually go up for a few and win a few headers. I'm sick to death of seeing Rashford and Martial pretend to go up for headers and not really contest anything and not win anything. Old Rasmus will win some. And first half, for all Ten Hag saying we were closing down while even up front, I didn't think we really was. Rashford and Martial pretend to close down. They run a little, but they don't run fast. They don't run hard. They don't properly close down. They don't force mistakes. With Rasmus, I think it'll be different. I think he will run hard. He will close people down. And he'll have a good ally in Fernandes doing it. Because when Bruno sees him doing it, they'll hunt in twos, those two. Because Bruno's the only one that's done it in the past. Now, that said, on to Bruno. Today, again, as most days, he loves that turf, doesn't he? He absolutely loves it. How many times has he been on the floor today? I've got no problem in being captain, because when we're playing well, or when he puts a proper shift in, and he's on the metal, he's on the ball, he leads from the front, he's great. This waving in the hands in the air bothers me. Yeah, it bothers me like it bothers everybody, but constantly on the floor bothers me more. He's got to realise, as I've said in the past, he cannot help us from on the floor, and most of the time he's on the floor, most of the time there's been no contact, and the rest of the time there's very, very little contact. And the odd time he does get fouled, the referees don't see it or don't believe in it because he's always play acting. Madness. I've said in the past, Bruno, watch 2 or 3 rugby league games and see how rugby league players conduct themselves. You might change the way you play. But I can understand how you don't want to do that. You don't really know rugby league and you've not come from a country that plays it. So what I'd say is, watch games from about 30 odd years ago, or 40 years ago now, and watch the late, great George Best. He never, ever, ever went down. If he went down, they kicked him time and again until he's gone down. And when he went down, there's no rolling over or throwing his hands in the air. He gets up and plays on. He might be bruised to buggery, but he won't let the defenders see that they've hurt him. That's how you need to play the game, Bruno. Crazy. What else was there? I think there was another couple of things. I think there was. Yeah, Garnacho was just a shame it was ruled offside. It really is. I think had that stood, I think we'd have run out on the game. I don't think he had much else, really. I don't think I did I? No, that was about it, really. They looked a slicker team. Yes, they did. They've been together longer in the main. We had 2 or 3 injuries. We missed that young Tunisian, really, a hell of a lot. Was a Tunisian, that Amrabat. I mean, we said we missed him. He's never played yet. But had he been in the engine room with Casemiro today, I think we'd have done a lot better. Couple of players to come back. The last thing I'll probably say is, and I don't want to keep waiting for it, but for me, I still can't see, and I want to convince myself that I'm wrong, but how on earth is Anthony an £80 million player? He's got to get better, I'm sure he will. But at this moment in time, I'm concerned. And will we get to the stage with Eric? I like Eric as a man. I think he's doing a great job and he'll do a great job for us. When will he draw stunts? When will he say, I've spent £80 million myself, but I've spent it badly, I want someone else in? Because for me, if Amrabat comes in, plays next to Casemiro, I'm looking at Mount as that right winger. I'm looking at Mount. He's played on the right for Chelsea with Rashford on the left and Rasmus through the middle. Honestly, I'm looking at Mount there. I think he just does much too much on the ball, Anthony. And his decision making in the main is poor. I know he can get better. I know he will, but he needs to quickly. Really quickly. Anyway, that's it from me. I don't know what other United fans think. Or other Arsenal fans for that matter.